here we are. This is it. This is Gen 9. Yeah, this is going to be the final episode. I might actually do another... Well, technically this is the final episode, but chronologically it won't be, because I'm going to do the Kanto re-recording after this, because I lost the footage. But in spirit, this is the last part of the series, and it's been great fun making it. I've really enjoyed getting to rank everything. I've always wanted to do a tier list like this, but I've never had the time, so it's nice to be able to do it in parts like this. But yeah, let's just start off the final region. Sprigatito. I like this. This is a beta. It's cute. I don't really like how they're trying to push it so much to be like the new mascot of sorts, because they're like really pushing it in marketing and stuff, but I don't mind it. I like its green. It's got really nice shaded green actually. Its little eyes are cute. Yeah, it's solid. All the starters of this gen are really solid actually. Florigato, I like this more. It's still beta, it's not quite an A-tier. But I do like how they're incorporating bits of dark green. It hints towards that dark typing that it gets in its final form. The little, like, what is it holding? It's got like a yo-yo thing in its hand. That's cool. It's cute. I like it. I like its little scarf as well. Yeah, I like it. I kind of like the way it stands up as well. Meowscarada, I love Meowscarada. This is an S-tier. It's one of my favourite starters. Every time I replay Scarlet and Violet, I'll choose this. I just love it. Its silhouette is really cool. I love how it has these little like leaves, I guess, that form a cape behind it. That's cool. The whole magician vibe is cool. I like how also, even though it's magician, it doesn't actually use real magic. Hence why it's a physical attacker, not a special attacker. I think that's cool. And just the whole concept of it, I really like this almost like masquerade mask that it's got on. That's really nice. Grass Dark is really cool typing. The colours are really nice. I like how they keep the pale green from Sprigatito, but also adding these much darker elements. Yeah, it's just perfect. I don't really know what to say about it. It's not my favourite starter, but it's up there. It's way up there. Fuecoco, I like it. It's a beta as well. I didn't actually really like this when the game came out, but it's really grown on me since then. I just like how like round it is for an alligator. The little yellow bit on its head is cute. I like it. Colour's cool as well. Crocolore, I think that's what it's called, yeah. The fire sombrero is cool, that's funny. Apart from that, it's not much of a difference from Fuecoco. Yeah, I like it. Beta. Skeledodge I actually really like. This is an A-tier. I love the Day of the Dead kind of aesthetic it's got going. That's cool. I like how they go for this darker red as well, that's nice. The flames coming out of its mouth are cool. And just the singer aesthetic is a really interesting way to take a like an alligator crocodile thing. But it's cool, I like it a lot. I like the bird that's on its nose as well, that's a nice touch. It's a reference to how like birds in real life sometimes do that when they perch on alligators' noses. At least I think they do that in real life, I don't really know. I don't see an alligator in real life. Is it an alligator or a crocodile? I have no idea. It's cool nonetheless, it's very cool. A-tier. Quaxley, B-tier as well. I kind of like it, I think it's quite cute. A lot of people don't like it, and I understand why. It's not awful. It's not like amazing, I mean, but I like it nonetheless. I think it still deserves time of day. I'm gonna make this bigger as well. It's better. Quaxwell. I think this is a C tier. I don't like it as much. It's still interesting. I like the kind of dancer vibe that they're going for. You can see the starting to come through. It's much more obvious what the final form is going to lean towards, like with the dancer aesthetic, than the other two. That's cool. I don't know, I don't really like how bubbly its head is. But that's just a me thing. It's not a bad Pokemon. It's just okay. Quackquafal, that's what it's called. I forgot. That's not good. This is a beta. I was gonna go with the C tier, but it's a beta. I like the colours. The colours are really nice here. I like how they added a bit of red to complement with blue. That's really nice. And just the general silhouette as well. I like the peacock design as well. I like how the tail kind of expands out. yeah, it's a cool design. I like the like carnival like dancer thing it's got going on. That's cool. I'm not going to give it above a beta because I don't like it as much as the other two. But I still think it's neat. It's definitely not a bad starter. Lechonk is actually kind of cute. This is a beta. I would give it a C for kind of just being a pig, but it's a beta. It's cute. I like how round it is. Winkaloon does get a beta for just being a pig though. A C tier, I mean. Yeah, it's fine. There's not much to it. It's just alright. Tarantula. I think it's funny. I like the kind of like spool of like wool thing it's got going. It's cool. Yeah, there's a solid bug type. I always thought it was bug normal. Spidops. I kind of like it. It's based on like special forces, which is an interesting way to take like a bug type. It makes sense because it's got a kind of like body armor look to it, and with like the webs it creates, it's got that like secret agent vibe. I actually do like this Pokemon quite a lot. Competitively, it's kind of cool. It's just a hazard setter, kind of an all-rounder. Yeah, I like it. It's a solid design. I like when they do a bit more with like base bug types like that, when they incorporate other design elements that aren't just, you know, this is a bug, that's all it does. It's cool. Nimble. I never know how I feel about this. I think it's a C tier. It's just not... It's not bad. Actually, it kind of is a bit bad. I don't love it. Yeah, I think that's actually a fair placement. We've got to have one D tier for the last gen. It's not awful. I just don't... There's something about it that bugs me. No pun intended. I think it's the fact that it looks four-legged, even though like I think these things like its back are meant to be limbs. But it still just looks wrong for a bug type. It looks very Gen 1, Gen 2-ish to me. I don't know, it might be something about the lack of like very colourful elements as well. It's got the kind of pink part around its eye, that's cool. But yeah, there's something that just feels off to me about this. Low kicks, I like low kicks though, this is really cool. It's beta, yeah. I like the dark colour scheme they went for. The little like white star in its chest is cool as well. And just the whole thing, like I love how the things on its back are more pronounced, so you can quite clearly tell they're meant to be like other limbs now. And how they kind of come out during its attack animation as well, that's really cool as well. Yeah, I like it. It looks very intimidating for a bug type as well, especially an early route one. And it's quite competitively viable for what it's worth. It's got like tinted lens, first impression, stuff like that. It's really good on UU, I think. It's kind of the face of Gen 9 UU. It's kind of taking over Sizzle's role. But yeah, it's really cool. I like it a lot. Not enough for A or Esther, but I still like it. Pormy is cute. It's a beta. Solid. I like the like rich orange they've gone for. It almost looks like a fire type, but it's electric. It's also cool to have a Pika clone that evolves now, rather than just staying in its base form. Pormo is kind of C-tier. I don't know. It's still got some of the cuteness that Pormy has, but it kind of just feels like an extension of Pormy and nothing else. It doesn't really feel like it's changed that much. Like, this could just be a standalone... Like, it's cool that they're adding evolutions to the Pika clones, but this feels like it could have just been a single evolution, and it wouldn't have made much of a difference to this line. Pormot, I like it a bit more. This goes back to beta, because it does have a bit more going for it in its design. I think it's based off like defibrillators, how its hands are so highlighted and how it learns Revival Blessing as well. I think that's cool. It's got natural cure as an ability, I want to say. Double Shock is a cool move. Yeah, not much else to say. It does more than most Pika clones do. Electric Fighting is also cool typing. But yeah, I think it's a beta. No higher, no lower. Tandem Mouse is nice. This is an A-tier. This is a really cool design. Same as Mousehold. There's something kind of creepy and unsettling about it, but not in like a sinister way, just in like a kind of like creepy doll way almost. Like almost thought it's going to evolve into a ghost type or something. But it's still really cool. I kind of like the all white as well. It gives it that very teddy bear aesthetic. The little dot eyes are cute. And just the whole theming of being like multiple Pokemon in one, I like it when they do that. I like it when they like incorporate that into one actual Pokemon rather than just being like two Pokemon fused together, like Calyrex or something like that. This is cool. I like Mousehold as well. I like how it has a little kid. That's very cute. I like it. Population Bomb is also a really cool move. It's a cool name as well. I like it. Fido. I think these two both get a C tier. They're not bad. It's just, I don't know, they're kind of just pastry dogs. I kind of wish they did a bit more with the second form rather than it just being a more mature version of the base one. I do like how it goes a bit darker. I almost wish they gave it like Fairy Fire or something like that, how much emphasis it has on fire type moves, how its ability Wild-like Body makes it... Does it make it immune to fire? Yeah, it does make it immune to fire. And I think it also raises its defense if it's hit with fire. I'm not sure about that one. I like how they made it bulky though, that's cute. Cute? No, it's not cute. That's cool. Because you don't really see like any offensive early root, defensive early root Pokemon like that aren't like bugs or something. So it's cool to see a dog do that. Smoliv. I like Smoliv. I like its little worried face it's got. It's a beta. Yeah, its mouth and eyes are very cute. Dolive? Dolive? I've never really thought about this Pokemon. It's a C. Yeah, it's a C tier. I think it's okay. I like the colours. I like the colours. I like the like earthy tones it's got. It's quite muted. I don't know how I feel about Dolive actually. I like how it's starting to get kind of human-like, but it doesn't cross that kind of uncanny territory that some other Pokemon do. I like that. I like it when they don't kind of go too humanoid. Yeah. Arboliva, I do actually really like Arboliva. I think it's quite underrated. This is an A tier. Grass Normal is a cool typing. It's nice to finally have one. Was there a Grass Normal before this? Oh, Swordsbark, yeah. But apart from that, we haven't had one. The olive tree design is cool. I like the really big one in the anime. That's a really cool concept that they did. I also just like how it keeps the human-like silhouette almost, but it's still very clearly meant to be a tree and not human. Like the big arms kind of form branches with leaves and stuff. Yeah, it's a cool, like, I don't know, I like how simple it is. It doesn't try to go for anything too extreme. I think it's also the only Pokemon to gain the normal type upon evolving. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, it's very cool. I like the little olives that are growing out of it as well. Squawkabilly. It's fine, C tier. Little Pompadour has its cute. Yeah, it's kind of just a bird. Nacli, I like this. I think this whole line gets an A tier actually. The whole blocky nature of it is cool, like salt cubes. The naming theme is cool as well. Like NaCl obviously being the form of salt, and I think NaCl is like a specific kind of salt that includes iodine. So that's cool. Its name is literally just a chemical formula. I also like how it looks like a Mario mushroom. That's cute. I don't know if that was intentional, but it definitely gives that. It looks like the rock mushroom from Galaxy. Yeah, it's very cute. I like it. Knuckle Stack. I like how Minecrafty it looks. Like it really looks like a Minecraft mob or something. But I do like this whole blocky nature that the whole line has. I like how you can see in Nacli as well how it kind of has that like layers of like sedimentary rock. That's cool. Garganacl I really like. This, it's not quite an S tier, but it's very, very close. I love the gradient from like white to dark brown. That's cool. I like how it also has the like pyramid aesthetic, even though it's still made out of salt. But I just like when they combine random elements like that into one design. That's cool. Yeah, I just really like it. Competitively, it's really cool as well. Very, very defensive. Purifying Salt is a very cool ability. Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Salt Cure is a cool move as well. Charcadet. It's kind of cool. Does it get... No, it gets a beta. Yeah, I like its colours a lot. The red and black work really nicely together. It's got that... It looks like a little flame or like a candle flame or something. I like it. Armor Rouge. I really like... Okay, both of these two get an Esther. I don't know, because there's no real inspiration for either of them apart from like knights, I think, and just armor in general, but they just both look so cool. Cerulege in particular, like, I don't know, I love the purple, like, tipped blades it's got, those are really cool. The blue, like, purpley fire is really cool, and on Armor Rouge, I love how vibrant the red is. The yellow armor is a nice touch. And I like how Armor Rouge is special and Cerulege is physical. I like it when they do kind of like very simple counterparts like that. Yeah, I like them. They're kind of like secondary mascots for this gen as well. Like Cerulege being violet, Armor Rouge being scarlet. Yeah, very cool. Very, very nice. I like the silhouettes as well. I like how kind of... I like how humanoid they look, honestly. Because their like facial features and just general body is like Pokemon enough to not be human, but it still has that kind of like humanoid vibe that makes it more intimidating. Yeah, I like it. Tadbulb. I always forget this exists, I'm gonna be honest. Zeta. It's kind of an interesting concept, but I don't think it executes it super well. Like, there's kind of a mix of D tier and B tier elements. I'm putting it here. Like, the design is cool. The tadpole fused with, like, a light bulb is an interesting concept. But I just don't think... I really don't know. It's not a very memorable design at all. It's just missing something, I think. Maybe, like, a lick of extra colour or something. Maybe, like, a blue in there. I really don't know. Belly Bolt. I want to like it. I really do. I think it's cool. But I think it gets a C tier, because I don't really think much of it. The colours are nicer. I like the like vibrant kind of teal it's got, that's nice. I like how the eyes are actually these like little beady eyes it's got rather than these ones on the side of its head. It just looks a bit weird. It doesn't really look like a frog, even though it is meant to be one. I don't know. I'm not sure what like the drum on its belly is meant to be. Yeah, I'm really kind of lost in this design a bit. But it's not bad, it's just... it just doesn't have much going for it. Electromorphosis is a cool ability though. Yeah, there's not much else there. Wattrel. It's fine, it says bird, C2. Yeah, the colours are kind of cool, that's about it. Electric bird. Killer Wattrel. The name is cool. It's cool. Symbol, but cool. But yeah, still C2. Yeah, I honestly can't think of anything else to say about this. It's kind of just an electric bird. It's very forgettable. Mischief. C2? I don't know. There's a lot of Pokemon in this gen that are kind of just animals. It's a bit weird, because they were doing so well with like other inspirations before this. And because there are some really, really good designs in this gen, but there are some that are kind of underwhelming as well. I think this is one of them. It's just kind of a dog. Mabosstiff though, I do like Mabosstiff. This is a beta. I like the much darker colour palette. I like how it goes much more serious. The whole Arven and Mabosstiff arc in the game was cool as well. I also just like it looks very elderly and wise and kind of, but also a bit grumpy as well. I like that. Yeah, I don't know, it has a Mafia boss vibe as well, which is always cool when they do that. They've done that a few times over the series, and it always worked quite well. I like it. It's a beta. Strudel. Kind of like it actually, it's a beta. I never used to think anything of it, but I really like how big the eye is and how pronounced it is, based on Shrew. The big nose is quite cute as well. I like how like round its body is. Yeah, I like how pronounced the eyes are. I think that's a big draw. I like how neon and green they are as well. Graphiae? I think it's just Graphiae. I have no idea. But yeah, it's a beta. I like it. I like the colours a lot. I like how they kept the green eyes, but it looks almost alien-like, but it doesn't look too. But it still looks very grounded and like it looks like a regular animal, but it looks very Pokemon-like. I think it's the only way to really describe it. I like how it's based on. I think it's based on a lemur. I think I might be wrong, but I think it is. The color palette would make sense for a lemur. I like the whole like graffiti thing it's got. That's a cool kind of gimmick to have for a Pokemon. Yeah, I like it. I like its aesthetic. I love its theming. I like it. Speeder. This is. What on earth is this Pokemon called? Bramblin. That's what it's called. Oh god. It's cool. I think its base form gets the Cedar. It's kind of just tumbleweed. I like the little eyes it has in the center. I like how the vines have thorns on them. That's cool. Bramble Garth though gets a beta. This is a lot cooler. I love how thorny it becomes, and I love how the colors kind of mix together. Like it's got more pronounced, like I guess nose segment. I don't know if you could call it that, but that is like darker. Yeah, it just becomes much more dangerous looking, even though they haven't actually changed much about the base design. Yeah, it's cool to have a tumbleweed Pokemon as well. Grass Ghost is an interesting typing for one to have. I like it. Wind Rider is also a cool ability. Increases speed when hit by a wind move or flying move. I think it's just wind move. This one is Toadskull and Toadscruel. Yeah. They're funny. They're definitely they're a beta. Yeah, they're a good way to introduce the convergent forms. I wish they did more with the convergent forms, if I'm honest. I think more Pokemon should have got them because they introduced them. They only did that. They only did them for 2 Pokemon, which was a bit of a missed opportunity. But I think they're still cool. Oops, this should be a beta. I like how they completely changed the color palette and completely changed like the species. I think that's a really cool idea. Like they've kept the same silhouette, but they've made a completely different animal. Well, not animal, but like I guess is a fungus an animal? I have no idea. I like the legs. That's a really weird detail. Like they changed it into a completely different Pokemon with its own inspirations and its own gimmicks. But they've kept the overall design of the original. I think that's a cool way to handle it. Yeah, I just like it. I like the idea. I don't love the Pokemon as much, but I like the idea. Cloth. I kind of forget about this one as well, if I'm honest. It's a Ceta. It's just a very rocky crab. I'm not really sure what specific crab it's based on. Yeah, there's not really loads to say about it. It's just very rocky. Very cliff-like, I guess. I don't really know. It's kind of just there, if I'm honest. I would never really think much of it. Capsicid. Their name is cool. Capsaicin and Kid. I think the base Pokemon gets a Ceta. I like kind of like it looks very childlike, but it looks also kind of mischievous as well with the eyes and everything. Yeah, it's fine. It's a perfectly serviceable base form. Scovillain is actually kind of cool. It's a beta. Finally, a grass fire type after all these years. How long has it taken? But no, yeah, it is actually quite cool. I'd like because its signature move is Spicy Extract, and I don't actually know what it does. I think it makes is something to do with fine. Well, let me just look this up quickly. Okay, harshly raises the target's attack stat and harshly lowers the target's defense stat. That's interesting, actually. I don't think it has any competitive use, but it's still a cool concept. I like the kind of like two-faced nature it has. Even though both sides are spicy, there's still different personalities between them. Yeah, it's very cool. I like. Is this the first chili pepper Pokemon I've got as well? I think it is. The name is cool again. Scoville, Scoville scale, villain from villain. Nice. Relor. I don't like this Eater. I think this is the first Eater I've had in a while, and it'll be the last one, I think. I don't like its face. I really don't like its face. Actually, this might be an after. I really don't like the face. It is such an like, because I didn't even realize it had a face until that one video that the Pokemon Company released with like, it was like all of 1,000 Pokemon or something like that, and they showed its face for the first time, and I didn't realize it had one, and it was so jarring and creepy, and I really don't like it. This is the first F tier since Gen 4. But it deserves it. I can't give it any higher than that. Rabsca though, Rabsca is completely a different end of the spectrum. Rabsca's an A tier, this is so cool. I love this. I love the colours. Relor has really boring colours, it's got really like earthy muted colours, but this has really vibrant colours and it's really nice to see. I like kind of like Egyptian mythology aspect of it as well, with the scarab and kind of just the design of it as well. The bright green is nice. It's got the kind of like alienish vibe. Revival blasting is a cool gimmick to have. Yeah, I just like it a lot. It's such a massive increase on it's such a massive upgrade from Relor, I mean. I think that just elevates it a tier above than I would have normally given. Flittle. I used to not like this, but it's a C tier. I kind of like how like frilly the design is, that's cute. It looks very fabricy. Even though it's an egg for some reason. I don't know why they said to make an egg into a Pokemon, but sure. Yeah, it's just a weird concept, but it's not badly done, honestly. Espathra, I like Espathra a lot. This is a... Nah, it's a B tier. I was about to give it an A tier, but it's not quite. I wish they did a bit more of the colours here. I wish they added a bit more, maybe to the head to accentuate it a bit. But it's fine though, it's not bad at all. I like the hair, that's cute. And just the... It almost looks like he's wearing a dress, which is cool. It's also broken and competitive. It's so good. Because it has speed boost as an ability. And then... whatever its signature move is, I forgot. Let me just look it up. Yeah, Lumina Crash. Which, I think it lowers the opponent's special defense by 2 stages, which is kind of just insane to have, especially in Pokemon Speed Boost. It can just snowball so easily. It 2 KOs basically everything with Lumina Crash. And yeah, it's just insane, really. And with Calm Mind and stuff like that to boost its special attack, which it doesn't even need. But yeah, it got banned pretty quickly. And I don't think it should be retested, ever. But it's still cool. I like it. Tinkertink. I like it. Is this Tinkertink or is this Tinkertuff? Tinkertuff is the middle stage, right? Either way, I don't know. I think Tinkertink gets a beta. I like his like little gremlin vibe it's got. The little like very small hammer is cute. It's clearly just starting out. A little tuft of hair it's got. I like that. I like the bright fuchsia as well. I always like to see that colour. It's nice. Yeah, I like it. I like how it hints at the steel type coming as well. Tinkertuff. This is an A tier. It's an upgrade. The hair is nice. The hair is very nice, and I like how its hammer is noticeably becoming bigger. Like it's clearly got more parts to it as well, and looks a bit more advanced. The Pokemon itself as well just looks a bit stronger, it looks a bit more mature and not so childlike. But then Tinkerton, I love Tinkerton, this is an S tier. I don't think there's a single person who doesn't like this Pokemon. It's so good. I love the massive, like, comically oversized... The hammer is like twice the size of the base Pokemon. I love the kind of like dwarf vibe it has. Like, with the whole like blacksmith thing. That's really cool. The hair is really nice as well. I like how it kind of like covers the whole body. And yeah, just the hammer is so cool. The hammer is like half the Pokemon here. Yeah, it's really cool. I love how it has a little bit of a rivalry with Corviknight as well. I really like when they incorporate other Pokemon into a Pokemon's like personality and stuff. That's really nice to see. And just everything about this Pokemon, I just love it. It's making comeback in competitive as well. It recently got moved up to OU, which is nice to see. And yeah, it's an S tier, easy. Wiglet. I mean, it's the only other conversion form. It's okay, it's a Ceta. Again, I kind of wish they did more with it. I don't like it as much as I like Tentacle and Tentacle, because they don't really feel like distinct Pokemon anymore. Like, both of the other two have other elements as well, rather than just being a mushroom. Like, they have the whole, like, legs thing, all that. But this kind of just becomes a different species. But it's okay. Log Trio, I like the red, but I don't like it enough for another tier. I like how they're, like, poking out of rocks instead of just ground now. Yeah, it just feels like a more advanced Dog Trio, basically. That's kind of it. I don't really think much of it. It's a Ceta. It's alright. Bombardier. I actually really like the concept. I don't love the Pokemon so much, but I think the concept alone is enough to give it a beta. Like, the whole Stork thing, and obviously, like, the myth of storks delivering babies and stuff, but the babies in this case are replaced with rocks that just drops on you. That's a really nice twist that is so random, and I love it. The colours are nice as well. The white, black, and the, like, orangey red from the beak and the legs. That's nice. Rocky Payload is an interesting ability to have. Basically, like, I think it just acts like Steel Worker, but with rock instead. That's nice. Yeah, it's just a really cool concept. The Pokemon itself, I wish they did a bit more of the design, but it's not bad. The concept carries it to beta. Finizen. Finizen itself is kind of just a regular dolphin. Yeah, it is just a dolphin. It's kind of cute, but not cute enough for beta. I like colours though. Palafin, I'm conflicted because I like the concept and I like it competitively. I like how it has to switch out and then come back in. It gives another element of strategy to it. But I don't really like the design, so it kind of balances out from the B tier and the D tier, so it kind of just gets a C tier. I do like the colours though. I like how they add a bit of red. It's clearly based on Superman and other superheroes. But I don't really like how it stands up on its like fins. I'm not sure why they chose to do that. But it's not awful. I don't like the eyes either. I think the like visual design is a D tier, but the concept and gameplay wise it's a B tier. So balances out to C. Solid. Varoom. Does anyone like this? Like, genuinely? It kind of just gets a D tier, I think. It's not... I was about to give it a C tier, but I don't really like it. I don't really like... I don't like the eye. I don't like how the eye looks like it could be on like an actual animal, but the rest of it is just a car or an engine. Yeah, I don't know. Reverum does get a bit of a... It only gets up to Ceta though. Just because I think they made it look a little bit cooler, with the singular eye, and just the silhouette of it looks a bit more car-like, rather than just being kind of generic engine. I like the bit on its head as well, like the toothed bit. Apart from that though, still kind of just a weird visual design, but not really weird in the good way. I do like the bits of purple. Apart from that, it's not really remarkable. The car theming is weird. I don't really get it, but it's okay. It's not terrible. Steel Poison is an interesting typing as well. Cyclozar. I like this. I like how it's kind of like a reverse paradox of the legendaries. It's fine. It's a Ceta. I do like dragon types, but not enough to bump it up. Shed Tail's a cool move, even though Orthworm does get it as well. But yeah, Cyclozar's banned for it, I think. And the move got banned anyway. But Cyclozar's cool. It's fast, it gets U-turn, it gets Regenerator as well, so it could just click Shed Tail, then switch out, then come back in. But it's still... It's just alright. It's kind of just a bike lizard. Yeah, it's fine. Speaking of which, Orthworm. This is a beta, I kind of like it. It's based on I think it's meant to be based on like a bullet train. Which is cool, like you can see the different like compartments of it. I I don't know, it's something about it doesn't look very worm-like, but it also kind of does. Like, it has legs as well, which is kind of random, but it's funny. The little face is cute as well. I like how its eyes are kind of just dots. I like when they do that. Yeah, it's a cute design. Pure Steel is an interesting typing for it as well. Not Steelbug or something. Glimmet, I really like Glimmet as the native. I love how it has that kind of like glassy, like ethereal vibe. Almost looks like an ice type, not a rock poison, but I like how they did do rock poison as well. It's got similar vibes to Nihiligo actually. I think that might be why I like it so much. I like the kind of like flower bud it's got as well. That's really cool. And the crystally nature of it. I did say before that I thought we needed more crystal like Pokemon. Glimmer with an S tier. I love this so much. Visually it's just stunning. Like I love the deep blue and how it kind of reveals like the lighter blues underneath when it opens up and kind of blossoms. I think just the whole concept of having like a rock crystal flower thing is cool. I like the little face as well, it kind of sticks out. But when it opens up it just looks really cool. And competitively it's nice as well. Sets hazards. Sets a lot of hazards. Toxic debris is a cool ability. Yeah, it's just a solid Pokemon. I like how that is good competitively as well, so I can actually use it without losing. So yeah, it's nice. Esther. I think that's the 4th Esther I've got so far from this gen. Greavard. I like it, it's a beta. It has similar vibes to like Lantern, or the candle thing. I like how the flame is purple as well, that's a nice touch. I like how it comes out of the ground as well. It's a very cute ghost puppy. I like the massive mouth it's got. It looks kind of, the mouth looks kind of sinister, but the rest of the Pokemon look so lovable, so it balances it out. I like it. Houndstone is also beta. I like how much older it looks. It looks much more skeleton-like. I like the little hump it's got in its back as well. I like the tombstone that's replaced the candle. I wish they'd keep a bit of the like fire elements, but it's fine that they didn't as well. Last Pax is obviously a broken move. It almost got banned, but it got the move banned rather than the Pokemon banned, so the Pokemon itself is still legal, I think. But yeah, it's a solid design. I like how kind of the colours kind of become a bit more washed out to show like the death vibe it's got and the kind of old age. That's a cool concept. Flamigo. Let's forget about this, but it's actually kind of cool. I do like it as a beta. A lot of people kind of just hate it because it's too simple, but I kind of like it for that. They took a very obvious concept of the Flamigo thing. But I also think there's another element that people didn't recognise that is also based on like a punching glove. The body kind of has that punching glove shape and the wing kind of forms what would be like the thumb part of it. So that's cool. But yeah, apart from that, it's kind of just, it's got a very visually pleasing design, how the neck curves like that. It's very nice to look at. I like it. The colour's really vivid as well. Satoddle. Satoddle gets a beta. I like it. I like the concept of a whale that isn't water type. It's ice type instead. And also whale and Paldea for some reason. Yeah, who knows. The whole toddler vibe is cute. I like his mouth as well. I like how the mouth is curved like that. It's a nice touch that adds a bit more depth to it. I like the little hole in its head. Satitan. Satitan gets an A tier actually. This is a really, really cool concept. I like the eye. The eye feels so like disjunct with the rest of the Pokemon, but in a cool way. Like the eye makes it look a bit more elegant, but then the rest of the Pokemon looks so brutish, so it kind of balances it out. The little like tail fin it's got is cool. Yeah, just the concept of a whale that stands on 2 legs and is ice type and just charges at you is a fun concept to work with. They made it look really cool. Yeah, the colours are nice, the pink balance with the white and the touches of grey. Yeah, I like it a lot. Ada. Veluza. I used to really like when the game first came out, this is one of my favourite Pokemon from the new gen. I don't like it as much now, but it still gets a beta. The whole torpedo aesthetic is cool. I like how it has those they almost look like sound visualizers, like the things that's got on it, like the fins. But they still look really cool. I like how they're like bright pink. And also I like the jaw. It looks very intimidating, even though the rest of the Pokemon looks kind of silly. Fill It Away is a really cool move concept as well. It halves HP in exchange for like a weakness policy buff, basically. Yeah, it's a very cool concept. I actually think it's a weakness policy buff. I think so, yeah. But yeah, I like it. It's really cool. It may add speed as well, I think, Fill It Away. Dondozo. It's funny. I think Dondozo gets gets an 80, yeah. Both of these get an 80. I just love the concept of like, there's a sushi chef, there's a sushi chef, and then there's the sushi itself. It's an interesting symbiotic relationship. I like the whole commander thing. I find that really funny. How Tatsugiri like is the actual Pokemon inside of Dondozo, but Dondozo just does whatever it tells it to do, even though it's the chef. But yeah, I love both of these two. Like, they have so much personality as well. Like, Dondozo's kind of like head empty personality, whereas Tatsugiri's more cunning personality. I like it. It really comes through these designs as well. I like Tatsugiri in particular, actually. I think I like this a bit more. I like this like floating on a bit of rice, and the tail is cool. I like how again, like, this is why I love the dragon type. I love when they do random stuff like this that doesn't make sense for a dragon, but it's still just cool. Because it does have that kind of like classic dragon silhouette of like the tail leading to the bigger body. Actually, I might give Tatsugiri an S tier for that. Yeah, I do like that. It looks very edible as well. I would eat it. Annihilate is really cool. It's an 8. I actually didn't like Mankey and Primeape, but Annihilate is so much better than the original two. The colours are much cool, like the grey and the like slight purple tint it's got. Like the wispy kind of flames coming out of its hair are cool. Just the whole concept of it being so angry that it just spontaneously died is an interesting way to evolve. But it fits as well for Primeape and Mankey. And the face, like the eyes in particular, just look so filled with anger, that they're just kind of completely black, and with the red spots in the middle. Yeah, I just really like the concept. Rage Fist is a cool move as well. This is really broken and got banned, but it's still cool. Yeah, I like it a lot. Ghost Fighting is cool typing. Clodsire, my goat. 8. It's very cute. It also gets higher than Clodsire. This is Clodsire. It gets higher than Quagsire because I like the colours more. I like the kind of brownish, like purpley colour it's got. No, it's not purple, it's just brown, but I'm hallucinating, but who cares. I like the kind of very long mouth it's got as well. Kind of goes all the way around the face. Yeah, I like how far apart its eyes are. And just, I like the general, like, very flat fish thing it's got going. Yeah, I like it. Ground Poison is cool as well. Farigiraf. It's kind of cool, but I think it's a beta, because I'm not really sure what it's meant to be doing. Like, obviously it's giraffe, but it kind of has that like astronaut helmet vibe with the mouth on top of its head. And I do like how the tail has become kind of fused with the head, and how there's like another head opening up on top of it. That's really cool. Armor Tail is a cool ability. It obviously makes it pretty good and competitive, especially VGC, how it blocks priority. Yeah, I like it. I like the spines running up its neck as well. They're quite cool. The Dunsparce. They're really adding a lot more evolutions of all Pokemon this gen. I like this. It's a beta. I think they did the original justice, and I like how they kept basically everything about it the same. They just added another segment. I think that's a very funny way to appease all the Dunsparce fans that have been asking for a new evolution. I like it. It does its job. It does its job well. I like how the eyes stay closed as well. That's nice. I wish they gave it a secondary dragon typing, but I also like how they basically changed nothing. They just give it better stats. King Gambit. The face of Gen 9 OU. It's a beta. It's so nice. Actually, no, it's an 8. It has a really nice visually design. It's a really nice visual design. The black, red, and gold are really nice colors to go together, and it really feels like an overlord to like Bishop and Pawniard, which fits the abilities Supreme Overlord. Yeah, just a whole like samurai kind of aesthetic as well. I like how it's always sitting down. It's quite funny. Yeah, I like it. The name is cool, obviously, King's Gambit. I also like I also like its concept competitively, however annoying it is. Supreme Overlord is still a very cool ability, buffing your power for each ally that's fainted. Encourages more risky playing, I guess, but it also just encourages reverse sweeping, which is very cool to pull off. I like it. Great Tusk are under Paradoxes, the other face of OU. It's cool, it's a beta. It's definitely a massive upgrade from Donphan. I like the bits of red it's got, those are very cool elements. Ground fighting is a cool typing. Yeah, I like the colours a lot more. I like how they've given it a bit more vibrancy. It definitely looks ancient, it looks very dinosaur-like. I like it a lot, yeah. Screamtail, I really like this. This is an 8. I love the concept. I love how they made Jigglypuff look like a menace. I love the little mouth it's got, little spiky mouth. And I like how the eye is kind of more pale. Yeah, I don't really know. I like the hair as well. I like how it's kind of like, how the hair almost looks kind of tail-like, with how it's grown out. It looks much more primal, and I think that's cool to see. I also want to know what the thought process was for the Pokemon that they chose to give Paradoxes to. Like, they seem very random to me, but I like it. I'm not complaining. Brute Bonnet. This is one of my least favourite Paradoxes, I think. This is a Cedar. It's just a bit disappointing that it's also worse than Amoonguss. Much worse than Amoonguss. Grass Dark is kind of a boring typing. It's not bad typing, but it's just a bit boring. It also kind of just doesn't do much on the base of Amoonguss. It just makes it stand up and grows a weird, like, hat thing. I'm not really sure what that's doing. The little green part is nice though, I like that. I like how it grows spikes as well on top of its head. But yeah, Cecita. Fluttermane. Okay, so I love this Pokemon, this is an Esther, but the one thing that I don't like about this Pokemon, everything else about it is amazing. The visual design is amazing, I love the colours, I love the kind of like scales it's got, I just love it, I love the eye, I love the design, I also love Miss Drevis and Miss Magius, obviously, if you couldn't tell. So it's nice to have one of the members of that line get a new form that's actually competitively good as well. Competitively great even. It's dominated VGC for ages, it was banned very quickly in singles, and yeah, it's just great. But the only thing that I don't like about it is how its stat spread is literally just a better version of Miss Magius. Like, there is no doubt about it, it's literally just the same Pokemon but objectively better. And it has a better typing as well, Ghost Fairy. It's still, don't get me wrong, I still love this design, I just wish that Miss Magius was good, and I still love that this is good, but I wish Miss Magius was good as well. It's a bit annoying to see, but it's still very cool, I like it a lot, nonetheless. Slitherwing, this is another Esther, I really like this. I love how, well, I love base Volcarona, obviously. It's, yes, here. But I really like this Paradox form. I love how spiky it is. I love how all the Paradox forms, like the Path Paradoxes, are really spiky. But I also like how the wings kind of close up and form like almost like spines on top of its back. It almost looks like a Stegosaurus or something. And I like the little green tail as well. It's a really nice touch. It adds a bit more colour to it. I like how fuzzy it gets too. Bug fighting is also cool typing to give it. I like how it changes to a physical attacker. It's very nice. Oh, almost there. 3 lines left. Sandy Shocks. It's a really cool concept. This is an 8. I like it a lot. Electric Ground is obviously a cool typing. I haven't seen that since Stunfisk. And just the concept of making Magneton grow legs for some reason. and giving it like iron filings on its body. And the iron filings kind of form like little bits of hair. I think that's really cool. Yeah, it's just a really fun design for a past paradox, especially since it's such a ridiculous concept that something like this could exist in the past, like just naturally evolved like magnets for some reason. But yeah, I just love it. It's really goofy and fun. I like it for that. Iron Treads. I think that overall the past paradoxes are definitely more fun than the future ones, but I do like some of the future ones, just not as many. Like there is one in particular I like a lot. Iron Treads isn't that one though. It's a Ceeta. I think it's okay. I like it competitively. It's quite fun to run because you can run it as like a lead, and I actually run Steel Beam on it because it can usually one-shot or at least 2-hit KO something pretty threatening. But yeah, it's still it's okay. It's solid. It's not bad. I do like how like the wheel design becomes much more pronounced in the base form. I think that's nice. Where did I put Donphan? I think I put in Dita. No, I don't think I did. I must have put Ceeta. Yeah, makes sense. Iron Bundle. I do like this one. It's a beta. Water Ice is a pretty obvious typing to give it. But competitively, it's obviously insane. It's so fast. I think it can, with enough speed boosts and enough speed investment, it can outspeed Trick Room, I think, because there's some sort of glitch with Trick Room where if you're too fast, then it loops back round, and then you become slower or something. No, you become too fast for Trick Room. But it's just a cool concept. I like how they made a Santa robot that delivers presents. I think that's cool. Yeah, there's not much else to say, but I just kind of like the design. Iron Hands. It's funny. I like how massive the hands are and how they just float around beside it. It's a beta. Competitively in VGC it's obviously been amazing. In singles not so much, but it's still right. I like colours as well. How it kind of takes Hariyama's base colours and just makes them a bit more pronounced, I guess. It's nice. Fighting Electric is cool. Another Fighting Electric one. Iron Jugulis. I really like the colours here actually. This is a beta. Base Hydreigon I didn't like so much, so it's nice to... I think this is actually an improvement on Base Hydreigon. I like the wings kind of become more fragile, even though it becomes a flying type. Like the wings look very spindly, I guess. But I just love the colours here. Like I love the kind of cosmic design that it's got, with like the black body and then like the very bright faces that almost look like nebulas or something. Like I like the very bright pink contrast with the blue. It's very nice. Yeah, I like this. This is actually one of my preferred future forms, even though people say it's not that good. Iron Moth, I really like this as an Esther. Again, I love Volcarona. It's nice to see another form of it. Fire Poison is very cool typing. Competitively it's amazing. Yeah, not much else to say. Kind of just a robot Volcarona, but I love how pronounced the like wings that Volcarona had become here. Like they almost look like solar panels, which makes sense. It looks like an artificial sun, which I think is really cool. Iron Thorn, this is a Ceeta. It's a bit of a downgrade from Tyranitar. It's kind of just... they don't really do much with it. Like, it is really just Robot Tyranitar and nothing else. The Thorns in its back are a bit more accentuated, I guess, but that's kind of it. Rock Electric is kind of boring as well. They could have done, like, Rock Dragon or something, maybe, but... yeah. It's alright. I don't dislike it. It's just not doing much over the original. Frigibacks. No, Arctoback. No, Frigibacks, yeah. I kind of like Frigibacks. I like the colours. I like the grey and the yellow. They go nicely together. I just like how, like, weird it looks for a dragon. It's very, like, stumpy and short. Yeah, it's cute. I like it, actually. Arctobacks, I don't like it as much. I think it's a bit more basic. I don't really like the blue as much. The little spine in its back is cool, though. Dragon Ice is a cool typing. Yeah, not much else to say, but it's kind of generic. Baxcalibur? I think this is a Ceeta as well. I don't love it, to be honest. The whole concept of it, like just doing front flips every time it attacks to hit people with the spine on its back, is funny. I do like how spiky the design is, but also there's something about it that just looks a bit boring. I don't know. Like, especially compared to Dragapult from last gen, it feels like a bit of a downgrade from that. But it's not. It's like I said, it's not bad. It's just okay. Gimmighoul. Oh, I forgot to rank. I'm not going to rank the forms separately. Gimmighoul is funny. I like how it's just a little coin bug gremlin, even though it's not bug, it's just... Is it bug ghost, actually? I think it is bug ghost. Yes, Peter. I like it. I like the chest form as well, particularly. I like how it just adds another element of character to it. I like the little, like, slip that's sticking out of the bottom. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I like the concept. Oh no, it is pure ghost, sorry. It's not bug ghost. Never mind. Goldengo. I love Goldengo Sinester. I love it so much. The concept of it is so weird. I don't know why it's a ghost type, but it is. I guess it's meant to be like a poltergeist, kind of, I guess. I have no idea. But the fact that it's made of money and it just surfs around, and it's just so crazy and weird, and I love it, and it's weird that it's also so competitively good. It's like a defensive mon, but also as a wall breaker, and it just does kind of everything. I love its hair as well. That's cute. That's cute. I can't remember what I was about to say, but yeah, it's cute and it's cool. I like the eyes as well. I like the little smile it has, and I like the arms. I just love it. I love the Pokemon. It's very, very cool. I like the evolution method as well. I think that's a nice touch. Wo-Chien. It's my third favourite member of this quartet, but I like it, it's Peter. I like how they managed to make a snail look so intimidating. I like the kind of tendrils that it has growing off its eyes. I just like the general leafy nature of it, how it's covered in leaves. I like how in all of these designs how they incorporate like the thing that they started off as originally into their design. Like Wo-Chien wasn't really just a set of tablets, so it incorporates the tablets into like the snail shell. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I like it. Peter. Chen Pao is an 8. I really like this. I like the I don't know, there's something really intimidating about it. I think it's the sword teeth. I think that's just a really cool touch. Again, like, the swords are what it started off as, so it makes sense they would incorporate it into the design. Ice Dark is a very, very cool typing. And I just like how sleek and slender it looks as well. That's very cool. Yeah, I like it. It's very good competitively as well. It got unbanned, but I think it got banned again. I don't think it's still legal. Tinglu is my least favourite, but I still like it. I still beat it. I like the big bowl it has on its head. And I do like the colours here actually as well. Oops, I meant to put this above. Never mind. It's meant to be here. Wait. This is meant to be here. Oh, I hope I haven't made that mistake for previous gens as well. But anyway, yeah, Tinglu. I like it. I like the colours. I like the green contrast with the like red and the kind of earthier terracotta colours nicely. Yeah, I just like the concept. I think it needs like a tail or something because it looks a bit empty. I'm not sure. I don't really like how blocky it is as well, but it's still very solid, and it's very good competitively too. All of them kind of are, apart from Wo-Chien, but it's still decent. It kind of are. Chiyu is my favourite of these guys by far. It's one of my favourite legendaries as well. It's an Esther. I love it. I just love how small it is, but how fiery it is nonetheless. It's just made of pure fire, basically. The beads on it are so, like, the beads on it are the bits around the eyes, and they become so pronounced because of how tiny the Pokemon is. And I just love how competitively overkill it is for this tiny goldfish. Like, competitively it's just insane. In singles, at least. Like, Beads of Ruin is an insane ability. It's got an insane special attack stat. Yeah, like, kind of OKO Toxapex and Blissey, which is insane. I think it 2-hit KOs Blissey, actually, but it OKOs Toxapex sometimes. But yeah, it's just insane, and I love it for that. I love the massive eyes, and yeah, I just love the design in general. It's one of my favourites. Roaring Moon is a really, really cool Pokemon that I didn't really think about much beforehand, but this is an S tier. I love the colours, first of all. I love the... because they've taken the... because I didn't really like base Salamence, nor did I like Mega Salamence that much, but they've taken the colours from it and just accentuated the red, which I think really, really helps make it look more intimidating. It has like a very Blood Moon vibe to it. It also kind of looks a bit like the Dark-type symbol, which fits. The Dark-type symbol for the TCG at least. But yeah, I just like it. Dark Dragon is also a really cool typing. I like the little tail it's got kind of sticking out from the bottom. I also like how it's the paradox of Mega Salamence rather than just regular Salamence. I think that's a nice level of detail that they did with this. It just looks really, really intimidating and dangerous, which is also what it is in competitive. It recently got banned from OU, which is the second time that that's happened. Because it's just so good. It can Terra into a bunch of different types. I used to run Terra Flying on it, and I would spam Acrobatics, and it'd be very, very funny and kill everything. Yeah, I like it. Okay, Iron Valiant. This is an easy S tier. This is one of my favourite Pokemon. This is another one of my top 5, I think. This goes right up here. I just love this. I love Gallade and Gardevoir, so this is an easy S tier. I also like how they took like both elements from the Pokemon and just blended them together seamlessly. Like, it's got the massive swords from Gallade, but also just the general, like, it's got the kind of, like, dress from Gardevoir as well. I think that's really cool. But the dress kind of looks almost like a cape here, which I think is really nice. I like the head as well. I like how it kind of has the, like, top kind of blade from Gallade, but also the, like, little hair-like things from Gardevoir. Yeah, I just love it. I love how it works so well as a fusion of those two. And it's probably... it's one of the only like future paradox Pokemon that I really, really, really like, because it just looks so good, and the colours work so well as well. And competitively, it's great. I can run a bunch of different sets because it's a mixed attacker, and yeah, I just love it. Easily top 5. And my favourite Pokemon from this gen as well. Koraidon. I really like both of these legendaries. Both of these are an A tier. Koraidon in particular, I actually really like the colours. I like how pronounced the red is. I like the silhouette as well. I like how spiky it is. And I kind of like the little like dragon tendrils that it's got out of its head. I like when they do that with dragon types because they do it quite a lot. Yeah, it looks very, very primal and ancient, but also looks very regal as well. Like the kind of like crown it's got on its head. Yeah, I like how it can grow wings as well. That's cool. I like when it does that. Collision Course is a really cool name for a move, and Orichalcum Pulse is then a cool name for ability as well. Also, it's so both of these are so broken. Like having an ability that sets Sun and increases your attack power in Sun, and for Miraidon it's electric terrain. Like that's just insane. And Miraidon, I love the like almost like antennae that the electricity forms out of its head. That's really cool. I love the serpent silhouette as well. That's really nice. Yeah, I just love it. I love purple as well, so this is a nice design for me. But both of these, they're really good counterparts to each other, and I find it cool that one of, like, if you play Scarlet, then Miraidon just does not exist, like, canonically. But then it's the reverse for Koraidon. I think that's cool. Yeah, I just love these two. I really like them. They're both AG as well. At least in Gen 9, or in that Dex, I don't remember which. I think it's Gen 9. Walking Wake is a very cool Pokemon, it's an A tier as well. I like base Suicune, so that bumps it up a bit. Also, I love how they added a bit more purple, that's nice. Water Dragon, I love Dragon types, I don't know how many times I need to say that, but that helps. I like the two tails, that's a cool touch. And yeah, just the whole concept of also being a water type that functions in both sun and rain is cool. I like it. Iron Leaves, I don't like as much actually, this is C tier. The colours are nice, I like how they added a bit of like, a few like flashes of pink, that's cool. Apart from that, it doesn't really do much to set it apart from Virizion. Like, it's kind of just Virizion, but it's metal now. So I can't really give it higher than Zeta. But it's not bad, it just doesn't do much. Diplin, my goat, this is an S tier. Again, I love the entire Applin line. Yeah, I've already talked about the Applin line, but this is why I love dragon types. I love when they do random inspirations like this, and yeah, I'm not going to go in detail about the Applin line again, but I love the entire line. The whole line is an S tier, including Hydrackle as well, which is my favourite one of the group. Sinistra, or Poltergeist, I mean. I like it. It's very, very cool. This is another one of the conversion forms, actually. This DLC. Yeah, it's a cool way to do a conversion form. It's just a different type of tea now, a different teacup. It looks a lot more, I guess, sinister, no pun intended, than Poltergeist and Sinisty. I also like how the names are flipped. Like this one's Poltergeist and this one's Sinistra, rather than the first one being Sinistra and the second one being Poltergeist. That's a nice touch. And yeah, I just like it. I like the colours as well. The green works nice with the black and white. It's got a very like authentic, like painted look to it as well. These three. I'm not sure where to put these three. I like the bit of like purple of the chain. That's cool. I think I'm going to put them all in beta. I think they're very interesting designs. I like how they kind of look a bit zombie-like because they are basically zombies. I like how they are very distinct personalities. Like Okidoki's kind of like the brutish one, Monkidori's like the smart one, and Pheasant Deputy's like the vain one, I guess. I do like Pheasant Deputy though. I like the little like golden bits in its hair. Those are cool. And just the general purple pink thing it's got going. I like that. Yeah, I like these three actually. I like how they have a lot of lore associated with them as well. That's nice to see. They've got like a whole story behind them. How am I forgetting what this is called? Okamon. Yeah, I don't know how I've got that. This is a really nice design. This is an Ada. I love how much character it has again, like how it's got that kind of like timid personality despite it being feared by the entire village. The whole storyline in the DLC is just cute as well. Yeah, I like the mask mechanic. That's a cool way to do more of the terror thing. Like I kind of wish they gave more Pokemon distinct forms when they terrestrialize. But it's nice to see that it finally did with Okamon. But yeah, I just like it. I think it's very cute and very cool and very strong competitively too. Ursaluna Blood Moon is a really, really, really cool concept. This is an Eta. Okay, so I like base Ursaluna, but I think it's really cool to have an entire different form of it in a completely different game, but associated with a character which is a descendant of a character from Legends Arceus. It's just a really crazy storyline, but I just like it a lot. I like how it's a special attacker now instead. It looks a lot more intimidating than base Ursaluna, at least to me, like with the black eye, and how it stands up now as well. I also like that the fight theme for it in Scarlet and Violet was the Legends Arceus fight theme. That was a nice callback. Even though Legends Arceus didn't come out very long ago, it was still nice. Yeah, I just like it. I think it's really cool. Competitively it's good as well. It's got banned. Arcaludon. This is a really nice design. It's an Ato as well. Again, I like dragon types, but it's nice to see Gen 8 Pokemon already getting some more treatment. Like Duraludon, I really thought needed an evolution, so it's nice to see that. I like how it looks, how it's just a bridge. I think that's a nice progression from the building thing of Duraludon, but I also like particularly how its legs and arms kind of form like the big supports of the bridge. That's cool. Yeah, I like it. Steel Dragon is cool typing. I think I said that already, I don't know. Electro Shot is a cool signature move as well. Hydrapple, yeah, Esther, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's nice to see a Hydra Pokemon that isn't Hydreigon. And what I'll put with the other, yeah, I'll put it here. The colour scheme is really nice. I love how the red is more pronounced. The whole like syrup apple thing is a nice progression. Kind of like some of the G-Max of Flap on the Appleton. Yeah, I just love it. Same things I have to say about the others really. It's just, I think the design's a bit cooler with this one. Okay, almost done. I've got 8 left, and I'm done. I am also ranking Terrapagos forms separately because they do get very different rankings. Gouging Fire is... yeah, I do like this. It's beta. Again, Dragon types are cool. I don't like base Entei as much, so I don't really like this as much as Sneaking Wake. It's still cool. I like the massive shield that's got on top of its head. That's really cool. I like how its defense set is really high, but it's still a physical attacker. It's very strong, offensively. Yeah, it's just a very well-rounded Pokemon competitively. It got banned as well, I think. Yeah, it's cool. Raging Bolt. This one's funny. It's an Eta. I remember when it first got revealed, everyone was talking about how long its neck is, and yeah, they just made Raikou a giraffe for some reason. But it just works so well. It's Dragon type as well. The storm cloud around its neck is so cool. And the jolt of electricity off its tail. Yeah, I just love it. It looks like a primal Raikou, and I think that's all it needs to be. Iron Boulder. I don't like this as much. I think this is Ceta. Rock Psychic is cool. But yeah, I don't know. I do like how it is a bit rounder than base Terrakion. They did do a bit more with it. But I don't really like the final outcome of it. I don't really like how round it is. It looks a bit less intimidating than the base form. Even though it is stronger competitively, it also got banned. I think. No, did it? It might not have actually. That's probably a lie. I think it dropped to UU actually, or even lower. No, it's UU. I think. I don't actually know. But I think it's just okay. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's a little disappointing. Iron Crown. Iron Crown is my favourite of the future Paradox legendaries, apart from Maridon. But this is a beta. I do like it. I like how Cobalion is one of my favourites of the base forms, so it's nice to see it get more love. I like the bright blue they chose for it. That kind of accentuates that part of the design more. Steel Psychic is cool. Tachyon Cutter is a very cool move. Steel special hits twice, very interesting. I like the little almost antlers it's got coming off its head. Let's give it a more regal vibe that befits its name as well. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. Beta. Okay, base Terrapagos. Base Terrapagos I think is cool. This is a beta. I like how it's a turtle. I like how it's very crystalline. It's got a bunch of jewels everywhere. I think it should have been a rock type, but pure normal also does make sense because it's meant to represent all types. So it's kind of really meant to be stellar type the whole time, but they can't really make that work, which makes sense. But yeah, I like the blue crystals everywhere. It's very sparkly design. It's very visually appealing. I like the little stars it's got as well. It's very cute. I like the little bits of red and purple as well in there. Makes it look very nice. This form of Terrapagos, I don't know what all the forms are called. I think this is yeah, I don't know what this form is called. This one gets an Eta because I like how bright it is. It's very glowing. I like how it has all of the type symbols in its shell. That's a nice touch. It doesn't really make sense in the universe, but it's still just cool. It's definitely canonically meant to be stellar type. It just makes so much sense. Yeah, I like how it kind of has a fluffy mane around its neck. It doesn't really make sense for a turtle to have that, but it's still really cool. I like how it has that on its tail too. It's just very bright and glowy and cosmic. I just like that kind of stardust aesthetic. It's very cool. Very, very sparkly. This form of Terrapagos, this is so cool. This is an Esther. It's just such a visually overloading design, but I kind of love that for it. And this is the final Esther, by the way. But I just really I don't know, I like how overwhelmingly sparkly it is. It definitely represents the Terra mechanic as a whole. And it kind of just feels like a culmination of the type mechanic throughout the entire series. It just combines every colour into one, combines every type into one, it just combines everything into a single crystallized chunk of a Pokemon. I like how the tail kind of forms like a cape-like thing. I like how it's still like the previous form of Terrapagos, but it's just riding on like a globe, I guess. I don't even know what's going on here. It's so cool. It's such a cool fight in the game as well. How it's like 4 health bars. Does it have 4 health bars or 4 phases? I don't remember. But it's just really cool. I love it so much. Yeah. I love it. I love how bright it is. Petrant. Final one. It's been a journey. I don't know where I put Petrant actually. I think this gets an Ada. It's not quite an Esther, but it's an Ada. Oops, yeah, this is right. I like the purple and pink. Those are two of my favourite colours, so it's nice to see them together. I like the kind of like wispy vibe it has on the main body. It has a similar thing to like Tapu Koko and the other Tapus, where it kind of like closes and opens. I think that's quite cool. But yeah, just the whole Mochi thing is just so random, but it's also just fun and nice, and I think we need more designers like that, which is just fun and random. So I like it for that. And Ghost Poison is also really cool. Poison Puppeteer is a cool move. Confuses when poisoned, or poisons when confused, I don't remember which one. Yeah, I like it. It's a very, very solid mythical. It's not my favourite mythical, but it's very close. And that is it. Finally. No more Pokemon left to do. We have ranked every Pokemon. This is a massive tier list, so I have to scroll up so far. Yeah, this is it. I think that I'm honestly happy with most of these picks all across this list. I am probably going to make another small video after this. I might either make a video or I might just make some changes and then release the full tier list. I think that's an easier way to do it. And then I will re-upload the Kanto video as well. Yeah, I think this is a very comprehensive list of all of my opinions on every Pokemon. Thank you for watching this series.